All right, hey everyone, the castle here. So, some stuff to talk about. I've officially joined a project. Or I guess we'll see how things go with this. But I've joined a project called Helios, which is a VR chat based on the Unreal 4 engine. I've already talked about doing a project like this in the past, but this is an already existing one with a lot of infrastructure already in place, which is actually kind of an interesting thing. So I'm just kind of like really diving into this really quickly, which is a good thing. So. Um, You'll probably end up seeing me doing these live dev streams. The thing is that the last one that I tried to do last night didn't work, and I want to try and get it right. There's like a certain amount of blurriness that goes on with Discord and stuff like that, and maybe there's just like a slightly better way to do like live dev streams and stuff. So, my plan in the very near future, outside of having a pretty fun like Halloween party and everything like that, and getting everything set up with Zombie Doll's avatar and my nightclub, uh, the Zombie Doll Lounge. Uh, there's going to be a pretty strong shift into full game development, streaming, and things of that nature. Um, Streaming VR chat is kind of fun, and it does actually get people to like come in and like and stuff like that. The only thing is that I don't know. It ends up being kind of it's not it ends up getting some weird results. Like I'll end up getting too drunk to remember that I need to turn the stream off and stuff. It's bad. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. You know what? Like maybe I just won't stream that stuff, or maybe I just need to get good or something along those lines. But it's definitely fun to do. It's just, yeah, I'm probably going to be sticking to just game development streaming because at least those I'm sober all the time, 100% of the time. With that said, though, there's sort of going to be a melding of virtual reality streaming and my game development streaming because if I'm working on a Unreal 4 based VR chat style game, then what that means is you're going to end up seeing a lot more virtual reality stuff in general anyway. So maybe that get good thing does actually ring true. I need to actually just get good at not being cringe while I'm fucking uh, getting. Oh, I call it cringe drunk. Um, so that'll be something that I need to strive for. So basically it's social media and we end up socializing, and in virtual reality it really genuine, I'm not even kidding, really does genuinely feel like hanging out in real life. And it typically leads to pretty, somebody undoubtedly is going to be calling shots, and everyone ends up getting pretty tipsy. It's like literally going out to the nightclub, which is actually one of the reasons why I want to have one of my favorite nightclubs in a virtual environment. The stuff that I work on in VR chat can and may very well end up eventually on Helios as well. It really all depends on how things go. So I can't really guarantee anything, but I can say that there are certain types of projects that I can absolutely flourish with, and something like this would be fantastic. So I'm not really sure where to draw the middle ground here. There's definitely a reason for me to keep kind of focused on the whole entire art and social the social socializing in virtual reality, the social environment, and everything. Well, I don't know. It's a pretty big topic, so it's kind of hard for me to encompass all of it in a single sentence or statement. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know actually. One of the main things I think though that I think needs to be happening is I need to just be having fun with it, and that's actually kind of true. Like having fun with it is actually the goal here, and I'm really happy to be doing that. Now, Live development starts again pretty much next week. I already thought I was only going to take 1 week off, but I'm going to start getting back into that as well. I want to have the game dev streams where I can bounce back and forth between Helios and Live. Helios development isn't going to be super intense. Of course, I always say that, and then it ends up being some crazy shit. Where it's like Actually, I think that could end up being pretty intense. So maybe I should shut up about whether or not it's going to be, easygoing. Um, I'm actually really interested in seeing that actually pan out. That'd be really cool. Like, we'd be using like Paragon avatars as the default avatars. That's the idea anyway. So you know all those like really high quality avatars or characters that Blizzard Epic released and Free Hong Kong that Epic released for their game Paragon. Well, those characters can make a lot of them can make for really good like avatars in a virtual reality social thing. So there's actually a lot of like the default assets and stuff like that from Epic's store and everything like that that can be very easily tooled into and be used as sort of, hey, it's an Unreal 4 based um, VR chat essentially, and it has a lot more functionality and everything going on. It's a it has a it's really good and it's so much better. It's so much better. So I'm really interested to see that how that pans out. Exalive development, actual gameplay scripting development begins right away. Like as soon as I get back into the swing of things, I really like the screen sharing game development idea. It's really cool. Where I'll be sitting in a Discord channel with like three or four, maybe five other people, and we're all screen sharing and we're all working on different things, and we all bounce ideas back and forth. And somebody will ask me a question and I'll answer it, and you know what I mean, or like somebody else will answer a question or like how to do something and everything like that. Man, that is just actually amazing because there's like so much information gets conveyed, and to actually be able to have that as being sort of like a regular streaming channel on my D Live channel and everything like that. That could be really good, and I'm absolutely looking forward to really kind of leveraging that whole entire concept. I think I'm going to end up having a lot of fun with this. Now, there's a possibility too that after a little bit, I might have to I might have to make it so that like only people who are at a certain tier in the uh I don't know on my Patreon or something like that in order to be able to like participate their bring their voices into the conversation. I don't know if I'm a fan of that idea because somebody who is trolling or something like that can just pay to get in, and I guess that's kind of not good. Like maybe that's fine. I don't know. I end up probably trying to keep things mostly um, just focused on game development, but I'm pretty sure that there are other types of conversations that might arise and everything like that. There's a lot of really interesting social things regarding virtual reality in general that they're just interesting topics in general. Like how will virtual reality ultimately affect society in the future is something that I bring up fairly often. Um, as virtual reality is only going to continue to get better, we're going to experience some shifts socially. Like it ends up becoming there's a lot more to this than just some game. And also too, when people make bonds in virtual reality, they make bonds in real life. When you make a friend in a virtual environment, you're really not all that far off from meeting them in real life and making friendship in a sort of real life environment. It's just that now everybody can be whatever they want to be, and you have discussions on like anything, gender dysphoria, for example. People who have gender dysphoria usually very common. I would actually say that in virtual reality, I would say the percentage of people that I'm friends with right now who are transgender is a lot. It's quite high, actually. Um, and there's also other aspects as well. I mean, it's just such a good place to be if you are transgender, actually, because your avatar can be whatever you want it to be. So it's really interesting and common. Just it's really interesting on just so many different fronts. So anyway, I think I'm kind of getting sidetracked a little bit, but there's a lot of really cool things about it. So, with that said, the game development streams will probably be starting. Well, I don't know exactly just when yet, but this is my first time actually talking about Helios on video, I think, and I think this is um, the first time I mentioned the birthday party. Maybe Zombie Doll is having her birthday party on the 31st, so uh, we'll try and have this nightclub set up so that it could actually be a good party place. But I actually think that it may be necessary for me at some point to build the back of this club and everything like that, and continue developing in that direction. And the chances that this nightclub will appear in Helios as well is very high. Um, if it's possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna talk too much about Helios just yet. I'm just getting my feet wet with the new project and everything. But it's looking very positive. I'm actually very happy about this, and Exalive is also, it's I'm just taking a break from Exalive before I get right back into it. The project is way too cool, and the stuff that I'm about to work on is way too fucking fun. This is the actual meat. This is like me making the items in the game, and like me making like the inventory system, and maybe utilizing some stuff from the marketplace so that I can have actual like icons that you can drag to your toolbar and shit like that. Like those kinds of really neat things uh, are all is the kind of stuff that I want to have. Like I want to have something that feels really tight and solid for the base inventory system and everything of that nature with this project. And I want to have a game that feels and plays in a similar manner to something like 7 Days to Die or RL Craft or things of that nature, where it's sort of this open world. You start off, your character's already freezing. You already need to find a way to warm up. You know what I mean. But it's gonna be futuristic. You're gonna be in a science fiction environment rather than a realistic place on Earth or something like that. You're going to be probably in a Dyson ring, similar to the one in Halo, and the environment will probably be very much inspired by something like Blame, the manga Blame, or the movie. And so bits and parts of it will be outside environments, and then there'll be parts where it's just like you look down and it just keeps going. There's just shit infinitely. Like it's like a really big Dyson ring. All right, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this now. So take it easy, and yeah, stay tuned for more. I'm sorry I'm not releasing the videos as often as I should be right now, but yeah, I do plan to be getting back to the live streaming thing as well.